There is a moment, quiet, invisible, often ignored, that holds the key to everything. It is not announced with fanfare. There are no trumpets, no crowds, no flashing lights. It happens in the silence before the noise, before the world screams your name, before the emails flood in, before the traffic, before the deadlines, before you remember the weight you carry. There is a sacred space, the morning, and how you command it, not approach it, not handle it, but command it, will define the direction of your life, not by magic, not by chance, but by law. The same invisible law that governed the rise of empires, the invention of light, and the carving of destiny by bare hands and unbreakable minds. Edison knew it. Carnegie knew it. Ford rose with it. Lincoln prayed into it. The morning is not a time. It is a battleground. And most people lose before the sun even rises. They reach for the world before they reach for themselves. They open a screen before they open their mind. They scroll, they react, they compare, they complain. And by the time they realize what happened, the day owns them. But those who win at life do not wait to be given energy. They create it. They do not hope for clarity. They build it. They do not pray for power. They become it. The morning is their altar, their forge, their laboratory, their throne. Because they understand a simple truth. If you don't control the morning, the day becomes your master. And if the day becomes your master, your life becomes your prison. Mindset. You are the architect. The most dangerous belief in the world is the one that says, "This is just how I am." Because the moment you accept that lie, you've built yourself a cell. Brick by brick, excuse by excuse, and locked the door from the inside. You are not fixed. You are not static. You are not the result of your past. You are the command center of your future. And that command begins the moment your eyes open. You can choose to let your thoughts run you, or you can take the wheel. You can surrender to emotion, or you can generate the state you need. That is mindset, not motivation, not hype, not fake positivity. Command. You do not rise early to impress someone. You rise to become someone. When you choose discipline over comfort, in the silence, in the stillness, your nervous system changes, your subconscious listens, your self-respect grows, and that one small act, done repeatedly, becomes your identity. This is how titans are built, not in chaos, but in choice, not in noise, but in alignment, because the morning doesn't just set the tone, it sets the truth. Belief, the root of all power. No routine matters without belief. You can rise at 5 a.m. and still sabotage yourself by 8, because belief is the root from which all action grows. If your rituals are robotic, your life will be too. But if you rise with conviction, real, soul-piercing belief that your life means something, that this day matters, that you are not a mistake, not a number, not a ghost in the machine, then the morning becomes sacred. Napoleon Hill said it best, "Whatever the mind can conceive and believe, it can achieve." But most people stop at conceive. They dream, they journal, they write affirmations, but deep inside, they don't believe it's for them. They've been trained to doubt, conditioned to play small, programmed by failure and fear. That's why the morning matters, because in that quiet hour, you can rewire the system. You can speak belief into yourself before the world speaks doubt into you. You can feed your faith before you feed your body. You can remind your soul what it was built for, not to exist, but to expand. Belief is not something you wait for. It is something you train, and the morning is your arena. Clarity, the power of knowing where you're going. A ship without a destination will drift, and a life without direction will waste itself in a sea of distraction. Clarity is not a luxury. It is a necessity. If you do not define the day, the world will define it for you. If you do not declare your intentions, your mission, your vision, your standard, then everything that pings, rings, and dings will steal your focus, fragment your power, and derail your purpose. This is not about being busy. This is about being directed. Every morning you must remind yourself, where am I going? Why does it matter? Who am I becoming? What am I building? Not someday, today. Because without clarity, you will fall for everything. You'll chase approval. You'll scroll endlessly. You'll say yes when you should say no. But when your vision is clear, your path becomes narrow. And that is power. Because distraction is the enemy of destiny. And the morning is where you choose your weapons. You write your goals not to impress someone on Instagram, but to impress them on your mind. You visualize not to escape reality, but to command it. You don't rise early to check off a